You're listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast.
Yes, you are listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast. As we'll wrap up last night's racing action, preview for tonight's third night of qualifying, and the points all together, and who's all racing for tonight to try to make the top four to see who goes in the aim for tomorrow night. We'll start with time trials. Quick time was the 49 of Brad Sweet at a 15.002. Fourth was the 4C Cam Martin at a 15.285. Third was the 21 of Brian Brown at a 15.300. Fourth was the 41 Carson Macedo at a 15.315. Fifth was the 3L of Darren Pittman at a 15.341. Sixth was the 55 the Madman Kerry Matson as 15.6 or 363. Seventh was the 19 of Brett Marks at a 15.383. Eighth, the 6B of Brandon Wormington Brandon Wimmer, at a 15.421. Ninth, the 27B of Jake Bubeck at 15.436. 10th, the 3-piece Sawyer Phillips at a 15.454. 11th was the 39 of Linton Jeffrey at a 479. 12th was the 71P, the law firm Parker Price Miller at a 15.480. 13th was the 1S Logan Schuler at a 15.491. 14th was the 5 of Brendan Crouch at a 15.508. 15th was the 57 of Kyle Larson at a 15.524. 16th, the 2C of Cole Macedo at a 15.545. 17th was the 17B of Bill Baylog at 15.565. 18th was the 19H of Kevin Thomas at a 15.606. 19th was the 23G of Chase Dietz at a 15.618. 20th was the 99 Skylar G at a 15.635. 21st, the 7BC of Gio Selzy at a 15.657. 22nd, the 85 of Logan Julian at a 15.664. 23rd was the 14 of Spencer Baston at a 15.671. 24th, the 45C of Derek Hagar at a 15.693. 25th, the 3Z Box Zerfrost at a 16.699. 26th was the 83 of Michael Buddy Kofoid at a 15.704. 27th was the 28M of Connor Morrell at a 15.749. 28th, the one of Slam Sammy Slindell at a 15.759. 29th, the 40 of Clint Gardner at a 15.767. 30th was the 23W of Scott Winters at 15.770. 31st was the G5 of Gage Posterbeck at a 15.782. 32nd was the 23L Jimmy Lai at a 15.795. 33rd was the 2M JJ Hinkle at a 15.811. 34th, 11 of Roger Crockett at 15.865. 35th was the 21H of Brady Bacon at a 15.868. 36th was the 53 Jack Dover at a 15.874. 37th was the 1 Taz of Tasker Phillips at a 15.887. 38th, the 49J of Josh Snyderman At 15, 932, 39th. The 14T of Christopher Throm at 15, 954. 40th was 33. W. Cap Henry at a 15, 991. 41st was the 16G of Austin Gossel at a 15, 996. 42nd, the 8 of Jacob Hughes at a 16,008. 43rd, the 4 of Matt Wasman at a 16,015. 44th to 95 of Tyler Drucke at 16,019. 45th was the 83H of Justin Henderson at a 16,211. 46th to 48 or the 88T Tanner Thorson at 16,250. 47th was 24 T Mac Terry McCarl at a 16,277. 48th was the 15J of Jack Potter at a 16,301. And 49th to 10W Matt Vanderveer with no time. Heat races took the top 4 directly to the feature, 5 through 8 to the B, and 9 and 10 to the C. Heat race 1 went to Gage Schultzbeck, 2nd Jack Dover, 3rd Gio Selzy, 4th and final Tranter Linton Jeffrey. 5th was Michael Buddy Kilfoy, 6th Brad Sweet, 7th Kerry Madsen, 8th Cole Macedo, 9th Austin Gossel, and did not start in 10th was Tanner Thorson. Heat race number 2 went to Tasker Phillips, 2nd Jimmy Light, 3rd Carmen Morell, 4th and final Tranter Bill Baylog. 5th was Logan Julian, 6th Worker Bryce Miller, 7th Brett Marks, 8th Cam Martin, 9th Terry McCarl, and 10th Jacob Hughes. Heat race number 3, Brian Brown got upside down in a big way. So your winner was Josh Steinerman, 2nd Logan Shore, 3rd Spencer Rayson, 4th and final Tranter Sammy Sodell, 5th JJ Henkel, 6th Kevin Thomas, 7th Brandon Wimmer, 8th Jack Potter, 9th to Matt Wasman, and 10th to Brian Brown. Heat race number 4 went to Christopher Throm, 2nd Carson Macedo, 3rd Roger Crockett, 4th from final Tranter Derek Hagar, 5th to Jake Uback, 6th Chase Eats, 7th Brendan Crouch, 8th Clint Gardner, 9th Matt Vanderveer, and did not start in 10th was Tyler Drucke. Heat race number 5 went to Brady Bacon, 2nd Cap Hendry, 3rd Brock Zerfrost, 4th and final Transfer Kyle Larson. 5th was Scott Winter, 6th Darren Pittman, 7th Skylar G, 8th Justin Henderson, and 9th Sawyer Phillips. In the C main, your winner was Jacob Hughes, 2nd Austin Gossel, 3rd Sawyer Phillips, 4th and final transfer Matt Vanderveer. 5th was Matt Wasman, 6th Terry McCarl, and then these were the rest of the cars that did not start. 7th Ryan Brown, 8th Tyler Drucke, and 9th Tanner Thorson. In the B main, your winner was Brad Sweet, 2nd Cam Martin, 3rd Parker Price Miller, 4th and final transfer Rhett Marks. 5th was Kerry Matson, 6th Cole Macedo, 7th Michael Buddy Kilfoy, 8th Darren Pittman, 9th Jake Uback, 10th Brandon Wimmer, 11th Brendan Crouch, 12th JJ Hinkle, 13th Skylar G, 14th Justin Henderson, 15th Chase Dietz, 16th Clint Gardner, 17th Jacob Hughes. 18th was Scott Winters, 19th Logan Julian, 20th Austin Gossel, 21st Matt Vanderveer, 22nd Jack Carter, 23rd Kevin Thomas, and did not start in 24th was Sawyer Phillips. The feature went to Kyle Larson, 2nd Logan Schuart, 3rd Spencer Mason, 4th Gio Selzy, 5th Carson Macedo, 6th Bill Baylog, 7th Rock Zerfoss, 8th Brad Sweet, 9th Derek Hagar, 10th Tasker Phillips, 11th Brady Bacon, 12th Parker Price Miller, 13th Cap Henry, 14th Brent Marks, 15th Linton Jeffrey, 16th Cam Martin, 17th Sammy Sodell, 18th, Jack Dover. 19th, Josh Steyerman. 20th, Christopher Throm. 21st, Connor Morrell. 22nd, Jimmy Lay. 23rd, Roger Crockett. And 24th, Gage Schwartzbeck. Hagar led 1 and 2. Baston 3 through 12. Larson 13 through 25. The hard charger was Sweet. So now points. These guys are locked in, guaranteed into the A main for Saturday. The high point man in points is Ryan Timms at 487. Second, Carson Macedo at 483. Third, Logan Schuhart at 471. Fourth is Brad Street at 471. Fifth is Sheldon Honshield at 469. Sixth is Corey Day at 468. Seventh, Rico Abreu at 468. Eighth is Emerson Axum at 467. Ninth, Kyle Larson at 463. 10th is Justin Peck at 460. 11th, Garrett Williamson at 460. 12th, Austin McCarl at 455. 13th, Bill Baylog at 449. 14th, Gio Selzy at 448. 15th, Cam Martin at 447. And 16th is Spencer Rayston at 446. These 10 cars are locked into the B main for Saturday and don't have to worry about racing tonight. Chris Wyndham is 17th in points at 445. 18th, Brent Marks at 444. 19th, Jack Anderson at 444. 10th, James McFadden at 443. 21st, Lenton Jeffrey at 443. 22nd, Parker Price Miller at 4741. 23rd, Sam Haferteeth at 439. 24th, Rock Zierfoss at 434. 25th, Danny Diedrich at 431. And 26th at 429 is Derek Hagar. The rest come back tonight. Are eligible to come back tonight and race for the final 4 starting spots in the A main, and we'll fill out the rest of the B, the C, the D, and the E. 27th in points is Tanner Holmes at 418. 28th is Lucas Wolf at 418. 29th, Cy Lynch at 417. 30th, Jason Persley at 415. 31st, Kerry Matson at 414. 32nd, Carson McCarl at 414. 33rd is Darren Pittman at 413. 34th, Brady Bacon at 412. 35th is Tasker Phillips at 410. 36th, Blake Hahn at 410. 37th, Jake Buback at 406. 38th, Sammy Swindell at 404. One of the big major players is 39th that we would have thought would have been in the A or the B at 403 is David Gravel. 40th is Connor Morrell at 402. 41st is Kobe Watt at 401. 42nd is Brandon Wimmer at 400. 43rd is Ashton Torgerson at 400. 44th is Landon Crawley at 398. Cap Henry is 45th at 395. 46th is Danny Sams at 395. 47th is Gage Pulsebeck at 394. 49th is Jimmy Light at 393. 50th is Ayrton Jensen at 393. 51st, Caleb Johnson at 392. 52nd, Justin Sanders at 391. 53rd was Chris Martin at 390. 54th is Josh Snyderman at 390. 55th is Cole Macedo at 389. Another big surprise we thought would have done better, but 56 in points is Anthony Macri at 388. 57th is Christopher Thorne at 386. 58th is Brendan Crouch at 386. 59th, Roger Crockett at 384. 60th, Brandon Spithaler at 384. 61st, Riley Goodnow at 378. Another car we thought would have done better was Michael Buddy Kofoid in 62nd at 366. 63rd is Jason Martin at 374. 64th, Hunter Schoenberg at 372. 65th is Chase Dietz at 371. 66th was Skylar G at 370. 67th, and we thought this car would have done a lot better, was Donnie Schatz at 362. 68th is Sawyer Phillips at 362. 69th, Logan Julian at 360. 70th is Tim Schaefer at 359. 71st, Kevin Thomas at 357. With his hard wreck tonight, with his hard wreck last night, we figured Brian Brown would have been better than 72nd, but he's at 357. 73. Third is JJ Hinkle at 352. 74th, the 09 Matt Jewell at 347. 75th is Scott Winters at 346. 76th, Clint Gardner at 343. 77th is Zach Hampton at 340. 78th is Xavier Donnelly at 330. 79th is Cole Meitzer at 321. 80th is Brooke Tatnell at 316. 81st, Justin Henderson at 315. 82nd, Tim Kane at 311. 83rd, Jacob Hughes at 309. 84th, Chase Randall at 308. 85th, Austin Gossel at 308. 86th, Hank Davis at 305. 87th is Justin Whittle at 301. 88th is Jack Potter at 293. 89th, Matt Vanderveer at 290. 90th is Matt Wasman at 284. 91st is Scotty Johnson at 278. 92nd is RJ Johnson at 275. 93rd is Terry McCarl at 274. 94th is Tyler Drucke at 273. 95th, Ben Brown, 268. Brandon Wormington is 96 at 267. 97th is Tanner Thorson at 267. 98th is Jamie Ball at 267. 99th, Casey Gendersnack at 259. And 60th was Jordan Goldsberry, or 100, excuse me, is Jordan Goldsberry at 234. So a lot of cars could be in action tonight. As roughly roughly 76 cars are eligible to come back tonight. We'll see you tomorrow to set up the results from tonight's program and preview tomorrow night's finale and the lineups. This has been another edition of the Dirt Racing Podcast. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to the Dirt Racing Podcast. with Marshall Hayne. Follow us on Twitter at @dirt_podcast or on Facebook at the Dirt Racing Podcast.